is Carol, and I'm the secretary of the United Methodist Church here in Lake City, and I want to explain to you my experience with the Random Act of Kindness. It's amazing how this little card can make such a big difference in somebody's life. I had been out shopping, and there was a lady behind me who only had just a few things, and she seemed rather sad and lonely, and I wanted to do something to cheer her up. And I paid for her items and gave her this little card, and I think it kind of made her day. And this little card can do it all.
I was at the QuikTrip store on Saturday night when it was snowing, and there was a young man that had just filled up his truck, and he was walking into QuikTrip, and I had one of the cards from QuikTrip that I had gotten from the youth group, and I said, wait a minute, I've got something for you. And I took the QuikTrip card out of my pocket and I handed it to him along with one of our Random Acts of Kindness cards, and you should have seen his eyes. He was thrilled, and I'm glad that I could help him feel that experience, and I felt good doing it.
This particular act of kindness happened a long time ago. In September of 1966, my father passed away. One weekend when I was home, I received a phone call from a gentleman in Lake City, and he asked me to come to his place of business. When I got there, he asked me about my plans for school. I told him that I would complete the quarter, but then when the new quarter would begin in January, that I would be leaving school and getting a job. He simply said to me, I really think it is important to go back, and I want to help you to do that. He wrote a check and he said, take this and go back to school.
I was at the stop at a stoplight, and on the left side here was this man looking for money. He was going to head south, and he had a Vietnam veteran's hat on. I just loved to give him something, so I gave him some cash so he could maybe get down south.
I want to share an opportunity that comes, have snow blower, must travel, and elderly neighbors sometimes are in need of driveways cleared, so I've had the opportunity to go out there and blow that snow away. I was able to complete it, sneak away, and I'm not sure if they ever knew who did it, but it was an opportunity to minister to an elderly neighbor.
There was a lady at the grocery store. She was checking out in front of me, and her child was very naughty, screaming, being a brat. I was staring at the child, and the child looked into my eyes, and so we're communicating that way, and I'm making faces, and the child stops crying, and after a while a bunch of laughter. And I asked if I could pick her child up, and she said sure. So I picked up the little girl, and mother checked out, and I didn't want to give her back, but of course I did, and then they left. How that made me feel was I had a great time. I love kids. The mother smiled at me and was grateful. The clerk smiled and was also grateful.
I'd like to share with you a random act of kindness that I was involved with this past week. One of the things we do as helpers for God is to listen to the Spirit. And when we're nudged, to not just think about it, but to act on it. On Wednesday of last week, I was nudged by the Spirit to make a call to a person that I knew was struggling at this time, and just to check on that person. And I made the call, and she answered and said, "Oh, I'm so glad you called. I've been injured. I've spent the last 4 days in the hospital in St. Mary's, and I need a ride home. Could you do that for me?" And of course the answer was yes.